SE versus S9 speed test. That video's coming up right now. Let's go. So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. iPhone SE versus Samsung Galaxy S9 speed test. I'm sure you haven't seen this nowhere on YouTube. Let's go ahead and begin the boot up test in 3, 2, 1. And see which one can get there first. Now, this video comes based on the request of quite a few subscribers, and a lot of people have been saying that, you know, they've broke their phone and stuff and they picked up an SE and they're holding off for a next iteration of a Galaxy. So people kind of go to this phone when they do break a phone or something because it's a good cheap phone backup, the iPhone SE. And you can see the Samsung should be ahead, and it is, but not too much ahead of the SE. They're about 2 seconds for being 2 years newer there. So the boot up goes to the Samsung easily. And if you're wondering how I got that little slit for the, you know, SIM card tray, that's from an iPhone 5. Okay, so if you're upgrading from an SE to an S9, your fingerprint will come from the front to the rear, and you can see it's right there. And this fingerprint is actually faster, so let's demonstrate this here. So when you hit the fingerprint on the S9, it goes right in. You can't bypass the lock button on the SE to actually get in. So what you have to do is you have to power this thing up first, and then you can get in. But even when you're on the lock screen, you're still slower than that of an S9. So the S9 all around is much faster when it comes to the first generation Touch ID on the SE. But one thing I did notice, I did this multiple times, is when you hit the power button, the SE actually shows the clock first. So if you're trying to check the time, you might see it a little faster unless you have always on display enabled for the S9. So 3, 2, 1, and you can see it's just a little bit quicker every time to show that time on the SE. So that's just something small that I noticed. But again, if you have always on display on, well, then that's pretty much doesn't matter for the S9 users. Okay, so before we go further, let's check the battery life. You can see 83% there for the iPhone SE. Let's go ahead and check it here for the S9, and you could see that one's at 79%. So keep that in mind, 80% here, 83% on the SE, and 79% on the S9. For when we hit the end of this video, we're going to recheck the battery. We're going straight through on this test to see which one drains more throughout these tests as well. Okay, guys, so we have arrived at the application portion of the speed test. You can see everything is closed out. I have them in cases now because there was a slip fest before. I tried this 2 times before we were here. I'm going to do commentary because people said they didn't like the music last time. Let's go into calendar, and you can see that's first for the S9 coming home. Let's go into the clock, and you can see first on the S9. Let's go into the calculator. And first again on the S9 slightly, let's go into App Store, Play Store. That's the Galaxy S9 coming home. Let's go into Instagram. And that is the Galaxy S9 again. Let's go into Twitter. And we have a win there for the Galaxy S9. Let's go into the weather application. And we slipped again here, even with a case on it. Let's go into weather. And you can see that's the iPhone SE. The Samsung weather is always slower than the iPhone series. Let's go into the Amazon. So if you like to check your weather fast, you might like the iPhone, but the OK Google thing is pretty nice for the Galaxy S9. Let's go into eBay, and you can see you're shopping first again on the right. Let's go into Appy Geek, and you can see Appy Geek opens first there on the left. Got a little noti right here, a little notification, but still it was first on the left. Let's go into Snapchat. Snapchat, ooh, that was close. You're gonna have to call that one for me down below. YouTube